Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by Big League Chew. This is episode 292. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin, and I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate!
Hey, guys. Hey.
So, go ahead, just share the story. How come we missed Monday's episode?
Your boy came back from Lake Tahoe for a bachelor party, and we got a little beat up. Both on the outside and the inside. And if you're a YouTube guy, hopefully you are,
or gal,
you can see that the beard is gone. Took quite a good spill off of one of those fast little scooters down there. Just not my thing. I feel like, I'm sure you're in the same boat. Like, athletically, I feel like I can do pretty much anything as long as my feet are on the ground. Second, you get me on like a board or like skis or like two wheels, even like bikes. Like, I'm not a big like bike guy. Yeah. So anyway, hit a little manhole cover and did not pay attention well enough, and smoked a tree at like 13 miles an hour, and scooter came back and busted up the chin pretty good. Got a big glob of super glue down there holding it together.
We'll take
Probably
it
shouldn't gotten. I should have got stitches, but there was one urgent care in Lake Tahoe, and they wanted $800. I'm like, out of principle, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Like, it's not even about afford it or not afford it. I'm not doing that. I'm not spending $800 on this. So, yeah,
I'm thinking super glue in the bloodstream probably isn't the greatest thing, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
If I turn into Superman, I'll let you know.
Is that the side effect of super?
That's what it says on the back of the bottle.
Anyway. In the fine print. Yeah, that makes sense. For sure.
I had to look it up. Yeah. Well, and then whatever casino I ate at just absolutely destroyed my insides. So it's been a rough 5 or 6 days for your boy.
Poor guy, man. Poor guy.
Yeah, I'm just too old for this, honestly.
And you're not even really better. You're still recovering.
I had about 120 beers, I feel like, over the weekend. So, and, just straight Coors Banquet the whole weekend. And yeah, wow. For those who you haven't been to Lake Tahoe, have you?
I have not, no.
A very strange place. Like, it seems so small and innocent when you get there. You're like, wow, what a quiet little quaint town to hang out with, for the weekend. The lake is gorgeous. The lake is insanely cool. It's so clear. It's like the clearest water I've ever seen in a lake. And like what's sick is that like the bank, I don't know, like I guess whatever it's called, like the shelf you can go way out, dude. Like there are points in the lake where you can walk out like 100 yards and you're still like waist high. It's cool, but it's big. Like, there's a tide. Like, there's like mini waves and stuff in this lake. It's huge. But the town, let me tell you, at night, like wow. Like, the locals there, I apologize if you are a local and listening, but majority of you guys are like, you're kind of a freak. There's no other way to say it. Like, if Walmart,
a different world out there.
If Walmart was a town, it's Lake Tahoe.
All right, let's not go slandering Walmart.
Oh
now,
no,
okay?
dude! I'm telling you, the weirdos you see at Walmart.
It's got to be past like 9 p.m. though.
That's what I'm saying. They come out at night. They come out, and
Fair
you
enough.
never see them during the day. You never see them go home at night. They're just out, and they're weird. and they're creepy, dude. Like, just different kinds of creatures. So if you're out late at Lake Tahoe, look out, man. That's all I'm going to say. Look out. Anyway,
speaking of, well, glad you're back.
Yeah.
Glad you're recovering a little bit.
Part of me is still there, I think. I think part of my chin is still in that tree.
Speaking, you ready for this transition? Speaking of Lake Tahoe and Utah and Mormons, let's talk about Bryce Harper real quick.
Wow.
We were going to talk about this Monday, but Nate was recovering from a super glue incident. So we won't spend too much time on it, but look, one of the best in the game is out with a broken thumb. And look, I didn't even really want to spend too much time breaking down the incident itself. Believe it or not, I actually wanted to go through and just make you all aware of some of the things that are being said on the video that I posted. Just so you know, just the thought process that some of these people are having. So, if you live under a rock, Bryce Harper on Saturday night versus the Padres has his thumb broken by a 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Blake Snell. He is out indefinitely. He, I believe, as of yesterday, received the surgery. So I think they said they're hoping to have him back at the earliest in like 6 weeks. Not really buying that, which is terrible news for my fantasy host because that takes us right up to the playoffs. So not thrilled about that. But a lot of people having some really strange takes on what went down. So Bryce gets hit, just completely in pain. The frustration has boiled over, as it should. It's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball to your thumb.
Yeah.
And is just yelling, screaming out. He's looking out at Snell. That, in my opinion, that's one of those situations where you're just you're kind of blacked out. You're like in so much pain. You're just like, I'm going to look for the nearest person I can make eye contact with.
Yeah, you got to direct your rage somewhere. And Blake Snell's been all over the map like all year. Like, control your pitches, please.
So, ball gets away. Obviously, from the looks of it all, not intentional. But Harper's out there yelling. He's bending over in pain. He's walking off the field. Snell kind of flags him down and apologizes. And the thing that not a lot of people are talking about, because they just want to hop on the Harper hate train, is that he like tapped his chest. He's like, "Hey, I got you. I know it wasn't your fault. It's all good." Yeah. Understandably, he's just in a lot of pain because he broke his finger. But some of the takes, man, just make like the crybaby takes were coming out in droves. People were saying one of the most like immature players in baseball. To give credit to those that were coming out in support of Harper, they were like, haven't really liked Harper up to this point, but this changes things for me, kind of changes my outlook. And a lot of people were like, a lot of the hate from Harper, or for Harper, I should say, stems from the way he behaved when he was 19, 20, 21. It's like you gotta reevaluate your thoughts and opinions on Harper. And some people were in agreement with the Padres fans who were booing him as he's coming off the field, which that was a wild I'm just going to go out and say it. I'm done with Padres fans. Like, sorry, I'm done with Padres fans.
Wow.
There have been incidents leading up to this where I was like, no, you guys are good. Like back with the Stay Classy San Diego stuff where they were getting all protective over their team and like the merch and all that. Yeah. And I was like, I'm just trying to help support the movement here of the excitement that's around your team. And then there was a couple other things. And then this just on top of it, I'm done with Padres fans. But yeah, just like I'm reading through here. You didn't get a chance to see it, did you?
I watched it. And two things I got to say to any of those, people commenting. What's the hardest pitch you ever wore?
Probably like 91, maybe 90.
Yeah. I took 98 from Kevin Gosman in high school, and it was in the middle of my back, and I thought I got shot. I thought it was done. I thought life was over. I thought I collapsed a lung.
Coming to a close.
I thought it was done. And I wonder how many people have broken a hand or finger. I've done both. Both of them hurt a lot. They didn't come together, but I have broken my finger, and I have taken a 90-something off of my body, and neither of them feel good, let me tell you. And look, the truth is that I think so many people forget that you see disgusting pitches coming out of the same release point over and over again. And I know Blake Snell is not typical Blake Snell this year, but Blake Snell is still somebody that left on left, you got to hang in as long as you can, right? And it's hard because you eventually get to that point where it's the last split second and you can't get out of the way. It is what it is. I mean, it is what it is, where it's not easy to pick that up soon enough. But the crybaby stuff just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, one guy even came after Snell and was like, "Strong men don't apologize like that." What a weird what goes through people's minds, dude?
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of people that just didn't play baseball, I think.
Or just interact with people,
Yeah.
Somebody said he's still a huge baby. Want to like him, but he whines more than anybody in baseball, hands down. I do got to say, the more I look at it, because I was only responding more so to the ones that were just completely idiotic. All in all, the takes on here were a lot better than maybe I'm giving credit for, but people were like, well, kind of like what you were just saying. They're like, well, why didn't you get out of the way? Have you seen Pitching Ninja? Have you seen the overlays? Dude. Like, no.
You can't. And Blake Snell, when he's on, he is nasty. Like, he gets crazy movement on his pitches. And you got to hang in. That's the whole point. Left on left, you got to keep your front shoulder closed. And I don't think we need to question the way Bryce Harper goes about it. You know what I mean? Multi-MVP and probably a future Hall of Famer. Like, he knows what he's doing. This stuff just kind of happens, and it's unfortunate. But like, he was having a hell of a season too. I think that's the thing. That's the frustration point. It's like, how often are you telling yourself, like, I'm doing great. I got to stay healthy. My mindset is good. My body feels good. I'm seeing the ball well. And we're kind of in the hunt as a team. I think all of that gets to that frustration on top of the actual pain. And you can't blame the guy for snapping a little bit. I mean, where are the Phillies right now? Let's see.
3 games back of a wild card spot.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a pretty big. This could be a pretty big blow. I think.
Safe to say, this of all the major injuries of guys we've seen this year, safe to say in terms of impact, this is the biggest.
Yeah, and it's the worst time, I think, as well. I mean, 6 weeks. What does that take us to? Basically August, right? I mean, there could be a situation where we saw it with Mike Trout last year, where if you get to that point, you're 15 games back in the division and 8 or 9 games back for the wild card spot. What's the point? They'll probably just shut him down for the rest of the year, and there's a good chance we may not see Harper again until next year.
Do you like the Phillies' odds of staying afloat until he gets back, if that time comes?
No.
Yeah, kind of there with you.
There's too much mentality, versatility, leadership that you're missing from him. And it's an MVP. You know, you're losing your MVP. You're losing your guy. The wind is definitely out of your sails. And I think the whole, spark of firing Joe Girardi is eventually, just kind of fading. I think unfortunately this is probably it. I mean, let's be honest. If you look at the Mets, you look at the Braves, the Phillies needed to be fully healthy to even be in question, right? To even have a chance. Take out an MVP, I don't see it. Sorry.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know if I really see it for the Angels and Mariners either, who, again, a little bit of old news, but touching base on it, and a little bit of a brawl, an actual brawl. It's kind of refreshing to see. Yeah. Hands were thrown.
Yeah.
Even the one from Rendon. I think he was, what was he? He was throwing.
Why was he there? What are you doing?
Lefty jabs with a cast on the right hand. Is that what it was? Like, just a scene, man. Sunday afternoon. Jesse Winker gets hit by the pitch. There was a lot of very memeable moments.
Fill me in with this whole thing, because I saw the brawl, but I didn't see why this happened. I didn't see most of this.
Yeah, there was lead up to it. I want to say from points earlier in the season. I think that's what I was reading.
Okay.
But at least on Sunday, Jesse Winker was hit by a pitch by Andrew Wantz, who had also thrown behind the head of Julio Rodriguez in the first. So then the bench is clear. You got Anthony Rendon throwing lefty hooks. People are just throwing punches all over the place, kicking, screaming. Jesse Winker gets calmed down. He's walking off the field, flips the double birds. You got so this is the part that I did not understand.
That's tough, man. That's
not a good look.
No.
But this is the part I didn't. This is the part I didn't understand. Raisel Iglesias just decides he doesn't like these sunflower seed flavors anymore, and just launches
5 or 10 minutes after, right?
Just launches a crate of them, and then correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he did it with a gum too. It's like, what are the guys going to eat?
I don't understand. Yeah, you just ruined snack day for everybody. I don't get that.
And the poor stadium staff member that's putting that together is probably putting that together with a lot of pride. Sorting by flavor, this and that, and then you're just going to go launch it.
Yeah, poor Clubby. For sure, he's
exactly
got right?
zero. Yeah, of course, you hit exactly 0 people with that. What's the intent?
No one was out there. It was so wasn't it way after everything was settled? Yeah, and then it just takes this 16-step crow hop and launches this thing. Weird. 1, 2. Let me ask you this: if you were to throw something in the dugout, what would you throw? What would it be?
Are you setting me up for something here? Or are you
no, I'm saying
curious?
You have to pick. You have to pick something that you're going to throw.
If I'm legitimately upset with somebody, okay, let's simplify it here, and forgive me for being a homer here. If I'm on the Red Sox and I'm playing the Yankees, and this is prime 2004 rivalry, just peak rivalry.
Sure.
And I'm trying to hurt somebody, put them in the hospital. I'm taking a bat and chucking it end over end where it just windmills
like a tomahawk.
Across the field. Yeah, because that's the only thing. That and a baseball is probably those are the only things you're going to be able to get over there.
Yeah.
So I'm tomahawking the Louisville Slugger across the diamond.
Yeah, I think I need a little bit of a spill. Sunflower seeds in bags that aren't open. You're like, okay, let me just pick these bags up, put it back in the crate. Okay, thanks. Not that big of a deal. I've seen those minor league and college, manager tosses. That crazy one where the dude years ago was in AA. He's crawling on behind the mound and acts like the rosin bag's a grenade. That was a little much. Yeah. If I'm gonna throw something, I think I gotta get a bucket of balls. I think a bucket of balls makes me feel a little bit better. You know, like all those gamers that just like, you know, get scuffed up, they throw them in a bucket. If I can launch that bucket and just have like a, you know, just splay them out everywhere, that's good. Or like I'm going to have a bundle of bats. Not just
I think
one.
that's
Like
what,
I'm going like 6 or 7 bats and just
grabbing them by the handle. I think that's what Wally Backman did. Have you seen that video?
I like that one.
I think it's like Indie Ball or something. He just
I like that one.
Yeets them across the field.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. If you can get like 6 or 7 bats in that handful, that's okay. That's okay for me. That's it. Gum is just like, it's not funny. Like it's just like, it's not funny. It's not scary. You're just not anything.
Sad.
You're just, this is what you thought of, you know?
I mean, I respect the move though.
I just hear
sometimes
this like little meh sound when he's running it out there and tossing it.
I mean, sometimes you just got to flip that switch though, and oftentimes you just grab the thing that's closest to you. And apparently, it was a crate of not big league chew.
Yeah,
you wouldn't toss big league chew.
Yeah, it was in Anaheim,
that'd be a waste.
Correct? It was in Anaheim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I was away, if I was visiting, I'd probably just go, you know, David Ortiz or Paul O'Neill on like something in there with a bat, you know, just absolutely destroy something. Just a Gatorade machine or a bucket, a bullpen phone, something. Just obliterate something. This isn't my home. I'm just gonna wreck something. I'm gonna rip this bench off the ground and throw it.
Yeah, it was quite a scene out there in Anaheim. Speaking of a scene,
wait, did you see that Instagram thing about, you know, that little girl that was crying? She went to a Reds game last year.
Yeah, dude, another layer to this.
And
whole
Joey
thing.
Votto got tossed, right? She was at this game again to see Jesse Winker, former Red, and Jesse Winker is ready to just risk it all and ruin every childhood experience there. Just odd, dude. Just all of it was odd. I think the double birds is like,
and then what was the thing about
good.
The pizza? Like there was a pizza ordered.
I didn't hear about that.
Okay, I need to confirm, because for
Somebody
those
got a
who are
pizza?
still, for those who are still unfamiliar with this story, I'm sure you want to be filled in too. So, Mariners fan sends pizza to Jesse Winker following his ejection.
As like a supportive thing, or?
Oh, right. Okay. Hold on. So, ordered a pizza from Mountain Mike's Pizza in Anaheim.
Cool.
And then the girl like posted the screenshot of like the tracking. Like, you know how you can like, track the pizza when it's getting delivered? And then apparently the person that ordered the pizza wanted to tip the driver. And then I believe like a bunch of people chipped in. I'm trying to figure out how much. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there was like 300, it says 300 to 400 fans paying their appreciation. And then I'm trying to figure out. So okay, here it is. So the delivery guy says, "Hello, Sophie. Your pizza is delivered. I'm sorry for the delay. Actually, it's busy and hard to find parking." Like, you roll up to a stadium, and you're like, "Where am I supposed to deliver this pizza?" Which is a challenge in and of itself. And then it says, "Thank you. You're amazing. Do you have Venmo or Cash App? There are a lot of people waiting to tip you." And then basically maxed out like the highest tip that you can offer, which I don't know what that is, but apparently guy got the tip of a lifetime. So just a weird day, and I'll say a weird day in Anaheim.
Strange. And like, what do you just walk up to like gate C? Like, somebody ordered a pizza here. You gotta let me through.
Imagine like never seeing a baseball game in your life, not having the first clue of anything about baseball, and you pull up to this place and you're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, dude. It's like when DoorDash hits you up and they're like, what building are you? What's the gate code? Right? Like, what unit are I can't find you, like circling around the stadium.
Props to this guy for making it happen. Like, I've had delivery people, I don't know. I've had delivery people give me fuss for much less.
Yeah, for sure.
The building's like right in front of them. Like, what building are you?
I left it outside. It's
yeah. You can come get it.
Yeah,
you can come get it. What a weird day.
Strange.
Also strange. This Freddie Freeman situation. Are you kidding me? Is this real?
What did I say? What did I say
in the
middle of all the negotiations?
Refresh me.
I said Freddie Freeman needs to fire his agent. Run it back.
That you did.
Any of you listeners want to go back to that episode? I said, yeah, this is not good. Because we watched, right? We saw like rumored offers come out like towards the end and closer to him signing. And we were like, what? Why is he not getting a better paycheck? Why is this decision not, being made sooner? The longer he waited, we felt like the number was going down. The whole thing was weird, right? It seemed like he wanted to stay in Atlanta. Now we know. Real scummy, real scumbag move.
Well, the guy, as you'd expect, came out and like denied it and was like, we're going to take legal action. It just doesn't seem legal, but there are people that are like, no, it's definitely legal. It's just not a good look. And I'm like, no, I need to talk to somebody that actually knows, because this does sound a little...
That's what I'm saying. So I know not all agents are lawyers, but I think some like went to law school, right? And I feel like if it's... Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of shows, seen a lot of movies where like, you are obligated to bring this offer to your client. You know what I mean? Like, that's said. And like, it's legal documentation. That offer has to be drawn up. It's not just a verbal thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's illegal, but like, it really like definitely feels illegal. And what legal action are you talking about that you're going to, like, defamation? Because you're a bad agent? Like,
didn't give your guy what he wanted?
Yeah.
So the tweet that made headlines the other day from Doug Gottlieb comes out and tweets, Casey Close, which I believe is his agent, never told Freddie Freeman about the Braves' final offer. That is why Freeman fired him. He found out in Atlanta this weekend. It isn't that rare to have happen in Major League Baseball, but it happened. Close knew Freddie would have taken the Atlanta deal. That's kind of scummy.
Real scummy. Like, it's not your choice, dude. This is Freddie Freeman's choice. If it's his choice to take less money elsewhere, it's his choice. Whoever said that, who was in the comment section for us? Someone commented on ours that was like, he's trying to get as much money as he can. Job well done, or something like that.
It's like, no, there's more to it than that, I feel like.
Yeah, I think this is definitely I've seen a lot of stuff that's like, it's against ethical rules.
So Casey Close came out and said there's no truth whatsoever to what Doug Gottlieb recklessly tweeted, and I would testify to that under oath. We are currently evaluating all legal options in this matter.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't think this is a good look. And on a side note, I mean, what does this mean for the Dodgers? Like, how does,
I was going to say, on a much grander scale, how does this impact his current team? Because
you're like, hey,
Kershaw
I actually
came out,
didn't want to be here. This is plan B for me.
Yeah, there were a lot of people commenting on how emotional Freddie was this past weekend when they came back to Atlanta for the first time. And I hate to say this, but I feel like I kind of have to agree. I'm like, I know it's tough on you, Freddie, and like, you love this place.
Yeah.
But like, you really are giving off ex-girlfriend vibes right now, and it's just not like Kershaw came out. What did he say? He said something about second fiddle. That he was hoping that the Dodgers weren't second fiddle to the Braves.
Yep.
And I kind of have to agree with him there. Like, it's just not a good look.
No, it's not.
You're Freddie. Just the way you're responding and the way you're. I mean, I don't know. Maybe behind closed doors, he's reassuring the guys in that clubhouse, but like forward facing, I don't think we're really hearing about any of that. It's just how disappointed he was in the way the negotiations went down, the thing with his agent, how much he loves Atlanta, this and that. I don't know.
I think it's tough because, I mean, like, he's not going to hide it. You know, how long was he there? 11, 12 years? He was there for a long time. I believe. I mean, it's where he came up. You know what I mean? It's where he grew up as a man. It's where he, created a family. Like, it's all of that stuff is a part of the equation. But I do think you're right. I think that at a certain point, like, Freddie's got to just kind of reel it in. Be like, dude, I get you being emotional, but like, this isn't like you retiring. Like, you still got a lot of years left with the Dodgers, and you still have big goals in mind.
And look, I get it. If he truly did find out about all this, without a doubt, this
I
adds
understand the firing.
A whole different layer to the emotion this weekend. But at the same time, you play for the Dodgers right now. Like, it's unfortunate what happened. We can maybe deal with this in the coming weeks, months, even in the off season in terms of a legal status.
Yeah.
But we gotta rein it in a little bit. And that quote that I was referring to with Kershaw, he said, "It's very cool to see Freddie. I was paraphrasing. It was very cool to see Freeman's reception Friday night. He's obviously been a big contributor for our team, and I hope we're not second fiddle. It's a pretty special team over here too. I think whenever he gets comfortable over here, he'll really enjoy it. It was a good night for him." I know people are really focusing on the second fiddle aspect of this quote, but what my mind is drawn to here is where he says, "I think whenever he gets comfortable."
Yeah.
It's like, it's June.
Yeah. Well,
this thing is still happening.
I think you can say that about a lot of different contracts and a lot of different players. When they go to a different city with a family, you're not settled in. You know what I mean? It's just, it takes a while to move into your place. It takes a while to get your kids used to school. It takes a while to get, it's just knowing where you are, how long, like, your routine has to be created again. It's not, that's what's awesome about Freddie, and I think that's what really kind of shows his level of talent, is that he's still having a good year, right? He's still capable of putting the team on his back for weeks at a time. That's the kind of player he is. But I think you can just tell that he's not overly comfortable. And he went from being like that guy in the clubhouse to kind of like this newbie, where there's other people that were in his prior role. You know what I mean? You got other guys that were in his role that he was used to. And this is a part of the equation, right? And this is what the average fan doesn't think about when the offseason rolls around. When trades happen, when free agent signings happen, you're not thinking about the chemistry. You're not thinking about the clubhouse. And that is a big part of the equation, and it has to be. And it's just, it's like the, there's the island of misfit toys. This is like the island of amazing toys that all want to be the number one toy. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how the Dodgers clubhouse feels to me. It's how it's felt since the beginning. And I'm not saying that, Freddie Freeman or Trey Turner or Mookie Betts have egos. I think of all superstars, they're probably on the very low end of ego. But they've been the guy in their prior clubhouse. They've been that guy. And when you get to LA and you're not that guy anymore, it takes time to adjust to that. It takes time to change things. So, yeah, for me, I don't think the Dodgers are the Dodgers this year. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't seem like it. We've seen that. We've talked about it in weeks past. They've lost to bad teams. It's just, where's the focus of every guy? That has to be a part of the equation. Where's the focus of every single player in that clubhouse? And if it's elsewhere, if it's on your agent, if it's on offers that you should have gotten 8 months ago, if it's thought process of your ex-girlfriend, how are you supposed to win? Winning a World Series is hard enough. Every guy has to have the same mentality day in and day out. And I think even Dodgers fans can look at this team and say, it doesn't seem like everyone's on the same track.
And while that may be true, regardless how you feel about the Dodgers, whether you like them, you love them, you hate them, it's always and I'm not making excuses because I don't really have a dog in this fight.
Right.
I'm pretty indifferent about the Dodgers. I'm like,
right.
Good ball club.
Yeah.
But if you're the Dodgers, it's always an uphill battle that you're fighting when you're pegged as a shoe-in for the World Series.
Yeah.
And even more so to win it. That's just a reality of the situation.
Yeah.
And again, not making excuses for them, but that's kind of where they're at from day one when they step on the field. And that's where I think we're seeing the effects of that a little bit.
Yeah. And you gotta think of like the years to come when the Turners and the Kershaws, kind of fizzle out and they leave or they retire and you're like, who's gonna be that guy that carries on the Dodger torch? Can it be Freddie that spent 12 years with a different team and that if he goes to the Hall of Fame, he's most likely gonna have a Braves hat on his statue? Who's that guy? Is it Trey Turner? That did his thing in DC and won a ring? Is it Mookie that, is probably undersized and underappreciated and earned his opportunity in Boston? Is it Cody Bellinger?
Won a ring in Boston?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's who's going to pass on that torch and carry on? And there has to be that one matriarch for each team. Right now it's Kershaw. That's fine. But what happens when it's not? What happens when he's done? Who's going to take over that role?
Matriarch.
My apologies.
No, patriarch.
Patriarch?
Matriarch is the motherly figure.
Patriarch
is the
Fair
fatherly
enough.
figure.
Fair enough. I didn't know that. Thank you.
It's all good. Hey, you learned something.
Now I know. We'll blame it on the chin.
Yeah. Blame it on
that's
anything from this point forward.
I probably do have a concussion, low key, but we'll just cruise past that. It's all good.
Hey, if you start falling asleep on this podcast, I will. I'll ensure that doesn't happen. We're gonna make sure we get through this.
Yeah.
Once you close your laptop, sorry, I'm out here. There's nothing really I can do, but at least while you're here, I can kind of keep an eye on you.
Drift off to the side real quick.
Nate, let's talk about our good old pal, our good old buddy, Rob Manfred. He made headlines recently. I don't remember who it was. Somebody sent us a screenshot the other day. He was in the headlines for something within the last week or two. I think it was separate from what we're about to talk about. But honestly, I read that and I was like, honestly, I had not even thought of Rob Manfred since probably opening day. I mean, we maybe mentioned him like in the early going once the season got rolling and we're like, okay, we have baseball back again. But all things considered, it's been at the very least multiple months
the way
since
it should
I thought about Rob Manfred. And he said, you know what? I missed the spotlight a little bit. Let's run it back.
Oh, Robbie.
Before we get into that, though, you know the drill.
BLC, the Big League Chew.
Tell me about BLC.
Founded by former left-handed pitcher Rob Nelson, Big League Chew started from humble beginnings in the Portland Mavericks bullpen in 1977. For more than 40 years, the iconic pouches packed with shredded, flavorful bubblegum has become the #1 shredded gum of athletes everywhere. Big League Chew has sold more than 900 million pouches and is designated as the Hall of Fame bubblegum. Grab some gum and head to Big League Chew's social media channels at Big League Chew on Twitter, at Big League Chew Gum on Instagram to show off your Big League bubbles. You can also find a list of retailers that purchase any of their products directly from their website at bigleaguechew.com. Big League Chew, BLC, the boys. Big League Chew.
And girls. We went over there to the parents' house.
I feel like that's not like for me, like I'm just going to, I just think like, yeah, there's just the boys. You know what I mean? I know I'm not saying it like a gender thing. I'm just like, those are my guys, you know?
I'm not making a gender thing either. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
I think we lose sight of the fact that we have a female following.
I love it.
So we
need more.
The more the merrier.
They're part of the boys too. They're part of the squad. They're part of the chasers. They're part of the chewers and the chasers.
Chewers and the chasers.
Big League Chewers.
Don't make me choose.
Nah.
We were over at the parents' house this past weekend and went downstairs to get some snacks because that's just where the snacks are. They're all downstairs. We got like this like pantry shelf downstairs in the laundry room. And I look over there. It had been a while since I'd been there, so I hadn't really done a thorough investigation.
It's like
I look over there.
Like the Costco, like extra, type stuff goes down there.
League, yeah. Oh yeah.
My mom does that too.
Big League Chew for days.
Yeah.
Big League Chew for days, and so I grab a handful and I take them back upstairs. And I was like, everybody good if I just take some of these? I don't know if anybody else here has them, but or at least as much as I do. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to save you guys trouble. I'll just go ahead and take these off your hands, and they're here with me. So that's a good place to be if you're a fan of Big League Chew. Let us talk about Rob Manfred. So he comes out in an interview, and I want to say the three things that were the primary points of discussion were blackouts, expansion, and an automated strike zone. And so he comes out, and to be honest with you, I don't really know what to take from this quote. It really just sounds like a placeholder, not really like it's going to inspire any action. But he says, our #1 business priority right now is reach. Believe me, we hate blackouts as much as fans do. And he says it's a top priority for Major League Baseball to phase them out. I'm not really buying that. And I know the pun going around right now is I'll believe it when I see it. But it's true. It's like if you really hate this, which you don't, it's safe to say you don't hate these as much as fans do. Then
they don't
do
care.
Something about it.
They don't care because they're getting money from both sides, right? Like they're getting money from streaming sites, and they're also getting money from the local TV deals. So if they don't care how you're watching, right? Doesn't matter because they're still getting paid either way. They're getting money from both ends. So it doesn't affect them. They don't care. And they're not worried about it. So I don't buy it. I'm with you.
It's Rob Manfred is no different than your typical politician. He's going to say that he cares about it. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. They all do this.
They're all puppets.
They're going to say something to appease their follower base.
Yes.
And action, more times than not, is pretty minimal.
Yeah.
And it's no different with Rob Manfred saying, we're gonna make it a priority. That's the easiest cop out. Say them you're gonna make it a priority to phase them out. That doesn't guarantee that anything's gonna happen, but hey guys, we'll work on it.
What does phase out even mean? Like they're a thing or they're not? What does that mean? Phase out.
Yeah. No pun intended here, or pun intended if you're a fan of puns, but it's pretty black and white.
Yeah.
Like, you either have blackouts or you don't. You either let your fans watch their favorite teams or you don't.
Yeah.
And what's crazy that I don't even think I fully grasp about blackouts until probably this last year or so is that the blackout range, like the blackouts themselves are pretty far reaching.
Oh, dude.
Because like I knew it was bad, but I don't think I really understood how bad it was. Like, you got people talking about, I live in such and such, and I can't watch my team that's like hundreds of miles away.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's probably not a good thing.
I mean, I think what it hurts the most, genuinely what it hurts the most is the youth, like the kids. They don't get to watch up and they don't get to grow up and watch and have these favorite players and favorite teams. And kids aren't watching baseball as is compared to what you and I were like as a kid. Our generation was like, if we weren't watching baseball, we were outside emulating some type of player, whether it was wiffle ball or, you know what I mean? Like, it was all baseball all the time. And that's just not a thing. Kids aren't playing outside. They're not going to want to watch a 2.5 hour, 3 hour game. So we're losing that already. But I mean, for those who don't know, I'm a college scout. So I was talking to a family in Iowa and I was asking who their baseball team was. And I was like, do you guys get to watch any games? They're blacked out of the Twins, the Cubs, the White Sox, the Reds, the Guardians. They couldn't watch any baseball in Iowa.
And where are they based out of?
They were in Iowa.
Wow.
They're missing 5 or 6 teams they couldn't watch. They don't even have a baseball team there. So you got to have somebody that's close. What do you mean? Why is this region so blacked out? Why are people on the East Coast getting blacked out from games that are an 8-hour drive away? You know? I'm lucky. I'm in Arizona. I'm a Yankee fan, so there's nothing to worry about. And you could only say that about so many people. You know what I mean? You're
out there living the dream.
Yeah, I don't care about Diamondbacks games. Not worried about those.
Nate's a Yankees fan who, if you didn't know, they play on the East Coast. They play the majority of their games at 7 o'clock. So Nate, being out there on the West Coast, literally just gets to watch his Yankee game over a nice dinner. Mm-hmm. And then just goes to bed.
Every game.
It's there's a great amount of envy.
It's awesome
in my soul for that. I mean,
I could not
gig.
care less about the Arizona Diamondbacks, so I don't worry about those games. And I don't get blacked out from anybody else. It's literally just the Diamondbacks. Nobody else. Not even the Rockies. LA is good. I'm set. It's only Diamondbacks.
I get blacked out for the Nats and the Orioles.
Yeah. And that's it?
Tough.
That's not bad.
That's it. I'm in an okay spot, but I've been hearing horror stories from other people being like, yeah, I can't watch any team within a 500-mile radius. And they're in one of those dense areas where, like you were saying, you got multiple teams around.
Right.
We can't be doing that.
It just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. And no, this isn't a priority for them. Manfred's full of it.
He also says, as I mentioned, wants to expand to 32 teams. No real news, it sounds like there. I think it's more of just an ambition for Major League Baseball. Huh?
We knew that was coming. Vegas, Nashville, Charlotte, Portland, all those cities are in conversations.
And I'm okay with it. I don't know if
too.
I've expressed otherwise. Yeah. If I do, I regret saying that, but I'm
as long as the postseason size stays right here, I'm cool with it. You can expand all you want. Don't expand the postseason though.
And then, as I also said, they plan to introduce, or rather, it's likely that they will introduce automated strike zones in 2024. Which, as you said, we knew this was coming as well.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Us traditional fans, I think we're most concerned with rule changes because we're scared of how it affects the way we watch a game. Right? I think that's safe to say that we're all just kind of worried about how it affects our experience. The most, the most diehard, knowledgeable fans out there. I'm not saying I'm the most knowledgeable fan, but you know what I mean? Like we're in depth. I don't consider us average fans. I think we're above average fans. And I think those are the groups that are really concerned with these types of rule changes. I think there's certain things that can happen that we won't need to be totally concerned about it. We're gonna put up such a fight before it happens. We're gonna argue about it so much before it happens, and then when it happens, you realize it really didn't change our experience that much, right? I keep thinking about like mound visits. You remember when that was a thing? Like 6 mound visits? What? That's all you get as a team? That's gonna change so much. Now I never think about it. Do you? I never think about it. At all. That first year, I was like, ooh, how many do we have left? Now it doesn't matter.
And I've got one even better for you. The one that arguably people argued about more in terms of how it impacted their viewing experience was the nets.
Yeah, true. The nets, yeah, like extending down.
And nobody even thinks twice about it now.
No, it's just a part of it.
So it's like, whatever.
Yeah, I think
people just like to complain.
I think this is one where I'm most concerned about. I'm more concerned about this than the pitch clock. The pitch clock for me is I don't think it's gonna affect me, and even if that's the case, I might even enjoy it a little bit more. I wasn't old enough really to pay attention to the NBA and watch basketball before shot clock to now with the shot clock. But it is an exciting element that you as a fan, you kind of watch, you're like, oh, they're running out of time. And they're still passing it around. You're like, they got to get rid of the ball. So I think the pitch clock could probably be something similar. This is one that I'm not sure about. The automated strike zone, I'm really not sure about. And we're almost eliminating, we talked about this before, we're eliminating a lot of responsibilities for catchers. And there's a lot of things that catchers just won't care about. And this makes me wonder if we're going to see a massive offensive uptick in catchers. I mean, when we look at offensive stats, it's safe to say the catchers are the worst ones, right? Sure. There's so much they have to worry about. There's so much they have to study. And they're going to continue to do that, but they're not going to have to work on framing anymore. They're not going to have to worry about position of where they are. It's just gonna come down to catch the ball and throw it, and that's it. So I think you're gonna see some offensive uptick in those specific things for catchers. But that's what I'm worried about. And the art of catching is gonna be gone. I think that's probably what bugs me the most about this. Other rules, they don't change the athleticism of a position. This truly changes the athleticism of a position. It really does. All you got to worry about is not letting, no pass balls, and worry about your caught stealing percentage. That's it. Then you're calling games. But I'm curious to see, how it affects like that new style, old style, one knee down, one leg flat, that kind of thing. Are you like turning to the side now to where all you have to do is just step with that left foot and be able to gun runners down? I think there's a lot of mechanics. And again, this is just the above average fans that love to enjoy the subtleties of each position. It's stuff that we as fans truly enjoy. I mean, you look at first baseman. It's a thing of beauty when you watch a first baseman maneuver around first base. I think for me, like being in Denver for so long, Todd Helton was one of the best I ever saw of, shifting into foul territory. You know what I mean? For that ball that's going across his body as a lefty, and he's shifting into foul territory. Anthony Rizzo does a lot of that. That type of thing, but think about it for a catcher. We're losing a lot of that. And so that's probably the biggest, scariest change for me. It's not about the human element. It's not about the umpires. It's not about that for me. It's about the catcher.
Well said from the resident catcher of us two.
Yeah.
Padres City Connect leaks.
Gives me Miami vibes. The Miami Heat have jerseys just like that.
Well, yes and no. Like the Miami Heat, that's like the Miami Vice theme. It's that like tealish blue and the pink, but there's more, I think, to these. Let's pull them up here. Yeah, so you got it's like almost like a mint. Maybe not mint. I'm terrible with colors. Like I would call that mint, but my wife would be like, "That's not mint. That's aqua."
We didn't post that. Where are you looking?
I just looked it up on Twitter.
All right. Fair enough.
So it's like an aqua. It's like an aqua green. You got the pink. You got the what looks to me like
the first thing
Padres yellow.
I type in Padres City Connect jersey. Yeah, dude. I typed it into Twitter, and the Arizona iced tea is the first thing that pops up. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I don't know. Does
it say San? It looks like it says San Diego on the front. And look, we knew this was coming
socks
because
are tight. I like those.
Yeah, socks are solid, but that's what I was saying. We knew this was coming because we had seen those socks leaked a while ago.
Is it a leak anymore?
Surprisingly early.
Is it a leak when every freaking jersey comes out early? Is it still a leak? What's the point? Like, if anything, Nike just needs to release this at the beginning of the year and build the hype up on it. Sell these jerseys all year. I would rather see this as like an all-star theme. You know? When they host. I'd rather see that.
Yeah.
I'm not anything. I don't know. I'm not anything about these. The font is a little... What do you think of the font?
Now, that I feel like was what was giving me kind of Miami Vice.
The San Diego part, right?
Was the font, yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel as well.
But other than that, I'm just like, all right. I don't hate them.
I don't hate them. I don't know. I'm starting to... There's more bad City Connect jerseys than good. That's now where we're at.
Yes. Now that is it. Yeah, I will agree with that statement.
And there's more bad than good.
Safe to say.
This is just right smack dab in the middle of the road again. So, am I still seeing... You know that picture, the one where it says, like, you can see the back of Snell's jersey, you can see the MLB logo above it. Is that still a brown? And what is that? Burgundy? It's not even pink. The logo?
No, it looks like the pink. I think it is the pink. It's like the pink and gold. Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I think...
If I'm being quite honest with you, the way, if you presented these to me and like, how would you fix these? Or make them better, I should say. I would take the gold trim off.
Oh.
Take the gold trim off.
Okay.
And then just of the...
I'd ride that with like one
honestly,
side teal, one side pink around the neck.
Or I mean, even if there was no trim, like I'm fine with that. You can even leave the trim on the sleeves, but just get rid of that neck collar.
I don't like the gold either. Yeah,
that neck trim, and you're looking at a much better jersey, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you really didn't even change that much.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like it either. I think I'm starting to get to the point where, as long as that city fan base likes it, you know, like you as a Red Sox fan, you like that. You like the City Connect with the marathon theme, right?
Yep.
It's all that matters in my mind. Like if that fan base likes it, that's all that matters. If Cubs fans like the Wrigleyville, that's all that matters. If you don't, like, cool, it's not your team anyway. So what are you worried about?
Yeah, but like, I don't want to necessarily put words in the mouths of Nike baseball here, but sure, you want to connect the city with the team, but I feel like in a way you also want to
attract other fans to.
You want to provide a bridge to fans of the, like with the. I keep thinking back to the DC, the Cherry Blossom with like the marble. That's a cool story. That. Like, connect people outside of DC and really the DMV area as a whole to that history and to those stories and all that. Give them a bridge to understand it and learn more about it.
Yeah.
So like, while I agree with you, yes, I think it's ultimately it's just a matter of whether the city likes them. I think they have to keep that in mind of being like, okay, well, if we're gonna put these out in the world for this team to wear, like, let's. Give people a reason to look at it further or more closely.
Is there anything that's like specific to this city with these?
I think there is. To be honest with you, I didn't look as deep into the meaning behind it, but it looks like there are some.
You have the friar on the shoulder as always, but that's it.
The
we
color
have palm
scheme
trees.
has to do.
Florida has palm trees, so.
I think the color scheme has to do something with I'm just gonna be speaking out of my butt here, but I think it has something to do with like a location in San Diego or like
I get like surfer vibes,
developments or something. Yeah. I can't remember what I saw or what I read, but there's something there that I'm sure we'll learn more about as they officially release them. But all in all, I'd probably say, to be honest with you, I'd probably lean more towards I'm good with these. I'm not like crazy about them. I don't think they're the worst ones we've seen.
No,
probably more towards the middle. But I would lean in favor of
So I'm looking at like the comment section. I see someone said San Diegans no, and they posted a picture of Board and Brew. It's like a sandwich shop, and it looks just like the logo, like same font and everything, but like that's hard to it's hard to believe you're going just for sandwiches, like a specific sandwich place.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe this is on purpose, dude. Like maybe all the mediocre ones are supposed to be right here in the smack dab middle of all the releases. You know, we still got a good amount left for next year and the year after, right? So maybe we're gonna end this with the best ones.
Leave us with a better taste in our mouth.
I'm gonna be pretty bummed if they mess up the Yankees one, personally.
Well, I think regardless how you look at it, they're gonna mess it up because people are gonna be like, "Whoa, it's not the."
I'm hoping,
it's not the bin stripes.
Low key hoping for like a Highlanders thing, you know, like the New York Highlanders back in the early 1900s. Like 1902. That's all I'm really hoping for, but I don't know, man. Just it is what it is. I keep seeing everyone keeps posting the picture of that new Barbie movie with Margot Robbie and what's his face?
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh, Barbie vibes.
I get that a little bit. There's not really any neon yellow
vibes
in there, is there?
I don't think so.
Big 90s vibe. I think the 90s are just coming back. That shirt you're wearing, that's a 90s shirt.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I like it.
Got it just the other day. It's going to be my new July 4th, Memorial Day, Labor Day shirt. Nice.
Yeah, just wear it for the next
patriotic stars.
Next week. Every day.
Yeah. Best believe
I think
it.
I'm going to have to snag myself one.
Yeah, go do it. You can do it today, and then you got the next few days to just wear it proud. Closing the book here, Nate. Just want to give some love to Mark Appel, former number 1 pick, making his major league debut at age 30. I actually tuned in for it. I caught the whole thing. Pitch a scoreless ninth for the the Fighting
Touch
Phils.
97, right?
Yep. Touch 97. He was
Did he sit there?
30 years.
Probably 94, 95.
To be honest with you, I wasn't watching the speed, but as at 30 years and 349 days, the oldest former top overall pick from the June draft since 1965 at the time of his major league debut. So, good for him.
Dude, I agree.
Good for Marky Mark.
I think like that's something that you and I have kind of started to understand the older we get. It's just not every path is built equal. Not every path is the same. And, for him to fight through it and his family and all of his friends and, like former teammates, like, and trainers and like doctors and all these people that have helped him. I hope he sticks around. I do. I hope he is a valuable piece because that's a lot of pressure and it sucks to be labeled as a flop. And he probably always will be labeled as that, but hey, at least he's still gunning for it. I like it.
Was picked number 1 overall by the Astros in 2013 and was part of a trade to Philly in 15. But then he stepped away from baseball because he wasn't finding it, and he was getting
retired for like 4 years.
He had some injuries. Yeah, left baseball in 2018 and then came back to the Phillies in 2021 and worked his way back to his debut, which was last night. So good for Mark.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, it is Thursday, and we're supposed to have the 3-0 fake, but I'm like losing my voice, so I'm gonna just go ahead and make the executive call to push this to next Thursday. Yeah. I mean, we're already over an hour, so not a bad time to call it. But just to give you a little teaser, I put it out on the story. I said, what conspiracy? I told you guys we're going to leave it up to the listeners. I put it out on the story. We got multiple submissions for the Loch Ness Monster, which I was telling you before we hopped on. Don't know how we missed that.
I don't know.
Like that's one of the biggest ones out there.
Old Nessie.
So the 3-0 fake number 8, the Loch Ness Monster, will be coming to you next Thursday.
The 3-0 fake.
There it is.
I like that little pause.
But other than that,
that's it, huh? That's it.
That's all I got.
We're back. We are back to party. Except Monday. I'm assuming we're not recording Monday, right? Are we?
Yeah, maybe we'll see you guys again next Thursday. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
What do you got going? You got some fireworks? You can blow some stuff up?
Yeah, got to work an event on Saturday for my work, but there'll be fireworks involved, so
They're cool with fireworks out there?
Perfectly fine with me.
You guys are good with fireworks out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the one kind of rough thing out here, Arizona. We get like the dry stuff going on.
Yeah,
and
not good.
Just not allowed to. It's illegal in many ways. Unfortunate. But
well, I mean, from a legal standpoint, I don't think they're legal out here. But
yeah, I think you gotta have like a permit. It has to be right? Like a certain event.
Yeah. It has to be like run through some event or organization. Yeah. But yeah, just a bunch of fireworks and eating good food. That's about it.
Hot dogs. Can you try a brat on Monday for me? Just try a bite of one.
If they're available.
Just try a bite of one. They need to be. Maybe Saturday at your event. They could have brats there, right?
Maybe Saturday.
Just find one, track one down, take a bite, let me know what you think.
I'll track it. If I can track one down, I will text you immediately, let you know.
I mean, you've had sausage before, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's not gonna be like
it's just
earth shattering, but I'll let you know how it is.
Get you a good bun too. People overlook the importance of a bun. You gotta have a solid bun. Potato bun. Sign me up for that. Maybe a little sesame bun.
I won't have any control over it because I'm surely not going to be making them. So I'm just going to be at the mercy of whoever's making them.
It's fair. It's fair. All right. Well, folks, happy birthday to our country. And have a good weekend. Stay safe. Watch out for those scooters, man. Those, it's just not worth it. Take a little bit longer to walk. It's okay. It's all right. I chased a lot of curveballs this weekend, so I'm done. I'm done with that. I didn't follow my own advice. Yeah, I need to chill, kick back, take a day, pool.
Take a day off.
That's it. Don't go chasing curveballs, folks.
Go America. We love y'all, and as always, looking forward to talking more baseball with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.